probably should have opted for the touchback.
First down and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And he'll power his way up near the 25. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
Off the play fake, Mon. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
The Vikings, 1st down.
Mon going to throw it. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now, this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert. Mon looks to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Back to the ground, Cook. Jeff Okudah up from his quarterback spot to make the play.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Eluding the pressure right. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. D.D. Westbrook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter. This, the 2nd meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Goff on 3rd down. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Detroit! Tyrell Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Mond. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Mond. And that is incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he's deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. They run the counter with Cook. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
Vikings 14, Lions 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
2nd and 6. At the 29-yard line.
Go off a handoff here to Swift. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Here's Goff. Flip under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Danielle Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The NFC's Pro Bowl punter a year ago, Jack Fox, on to punt for the Lions. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one. Angling for the sideline. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
At the 47-yard line.
Now Mon. Open here, Adam Thielen. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets him a 3-and-out, 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Now this throw caught left side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Mond out of the shotgun. Looking for the end zone. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the gun, here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Tyrell Williams with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
21, Lions 14. Jack Fox to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Mon. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there? Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen. And the Vikings will take over here just shy of the 30. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week. Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. He'll look to throw. He goes right back to Jefferson, and this one complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there. On 1st down, here's Mon. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
17 yards.
And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Mon looks to throw on 1st down. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. shreds him with a stiff arm. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, then maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific, because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. To throw on 2nd and 10, Mond. Buying time to his left. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Lions have recovered. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack. Put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. To throw is Goff. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
14-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Goff now looks to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Benson. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Here's Swift. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. Here's Goff. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's fourth and goal.
A 26-yard attempt.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And that'll bring him back within 4. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
41 Mike. 41 Mike. I got it. 41's the Mike. 41's the Mike. You.
Now it's gone. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 45-yard line. On the option to give to Swift here. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Second and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on it.
Goff now to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
He'll dump this off to Cook. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Working with second and 5 now. Bond going to throw it. The open man is Westbrook. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Give to Cook out of the gun. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A 41-yard punt there with no return, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap for Goff. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brings up 3rd and
4.
Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That is incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mon looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Lions have recovered. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Powerful running, and he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Ready? Mike, 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 Mike. Let's go, let's go. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 3rd and goal at the 4-yard line. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Goff. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
Austin Seibert on for the field goal. A 21-yard attempt.
Seibert's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 48 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Despite the heavy running, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Julian Okwara there to bring him down. Good gain there on first down, and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. On second down, it's Cook. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Handoff comes to Cook. And he's got some space here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. offense ready to kick off their next drive. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. In just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now gone. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now you got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
To the air again. Goff. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On the option to give to Swift here. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The Lions on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Open man is Raymond. He's got it. And he is going to have a Lions first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Goff. Open man right side is St. Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
On first down, Swift. 52 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Goff now to throw. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away, as we just saw there.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Vikings are going to win this football game. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
He was taken down.
We got a plane to catch.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball.